Is sir here? Yeah. Okay. Shall I start?
Yeah, you
Hello.
start.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah, start, Shiv Shankar.
Yeah. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be presenting the potential cyber attacks that are made on automated vehicles in this technical seminar. Okay. Like in this presentation, I'll be going through the introduction about the automated vehicles and the literature survey for each paper I have read and the methods they are used to attack the vehicles and some of the advantages and disadvantages of the automated vehicles and conclusion future work that will be implemented to prevent the cyber attack. Okay, when come to introduction, in mid 1980s, research on intelligent transportation system is started. Since then, this automated vehicle concept has been trying to implement it, and many of the car manufacturers has started to research on this. Basically, they want to be first in the line, so telling that they will have automated vehicles and those stuff. So they recently, uh, started the development of the self-driving car concept, and many of the manufacturers like announced that they will be deploying this type of cars in 2020, that is right now. Now currently Tesla has been developed, and this one where Audi is under the development of this type of self-driving cars, and many other companies like BMW are under development, and this shows that it becomes the reality now. Okay, the place where automatic, in a sense, there will be a lot of communication between the infrastructure to the vehicle or to the company or between the two different vehicles. So where the cyber attack can be it will be easily accessible to the attacker to attack at that point. The cyber attack can be done. Yeah, one second. Yeah, the cyber attack can be done when the attack is implemented on the automated vehicle. He can access the ECU, that is nothing but engine control unit, where he can be able to control the electric window or other embedded system like info system or navigation system or something like. Here the automated vehicle can be a public transport, let's say for example automated cars like we have own, or it can be a manufacturing industry like for transporting the goods from one unit. Let's say if you consider it like large industry manufacturing, you can't every time rely on the human to bring manually vehicle and load it up, make it to shift to other warehouse. If you use an automated vehicle, it will be automatically done, like you need not to be rely on the worker. Okay, and this is a literature survey. Like I have read 4 papers regarding finding what from this paper. First is data security. Sorry,
Shiv
data.
Shankar,
Yes, ma'am.
you just explain me the implications of all those papers you have surveyed. Okay, I'm
Sure,
going
sure.
to go one by one, but
Uh,
you can tell me like from this particular
uh,
paper or
sure,
uh,
ma'am. Yeah, I will
from
directly go
all.
to the conclusion of these papers.
Yeah.
Then, from the first paper, what I got is they are recommending to use the iris recognition system for securely communicating between the vehicles. Basically, iris can be like a biometric or something. They have told the technology called iris technology, where it will be secured so that attacker cannot access the data or modify anything. In the second paper, they told basically in the second paper, these guys wrote basically to come the what can we say, awareness, basically to bring the awareness what the cyber attacks has been made, so that the manufacturer can should include all those stuff in mind and manufacture it. And when come to third paper, this paper involves in adoption of specific standards to reduce the piece of problem. Let's say if there's something they want to address the problem, some set of specific standards should be met. If that standard is met, then the problem will be solved. They are told like that. And when come to the fourth paper, they were told we need to use the something called architecture called CV guard to eliminate vehicle to infrastructure communication threats. Let's say if the industries owns and service for automobiles like automated vehicles, there will be a communication between the automobile, I mean, sorry, the vehicle, automated vehicle, to the infrastructure regarding its status and everything. Yeah. By that between the this one attacker can attack the this one automated vehicles. So to make it like secure, we need to they told that we need to establish an this one CV guard, something that secure architecture called CV guard. Okay, this is the methodology like cyber attacks on scenarios where I have took the like smart car here. Give me a second. Okay. I'm missing it. Okay. I have considered a car here like for example for automated vehicles where it has a sensor node. The sensor node is nothing but a GPS and light detection and ODB port. Basically, this for debugging or to check the car which its performance and other stuff. And ECU is nothing but engine control. You need to control all the other stuff. Okay. And these are the basically I'll be telling you what are the cyber attacks that can be done on the automated vehicles. Okay, in the first one here, cyber attacks on sensor nodes. So basically, most of the sensors are used for internally inside the automated vehicles to keep running the vehicle. Let's say for it will take the input and make processing based on some decisions it's going to work. So sensors are the most important thing in the automated vehicle. The main role of the sensor is to convert the physical world or physical environment into a digital signals for further processing, and it will provide this input to the ECU. Basically, ECU is something like a brain here, where it will be doing all the other stuff to controlling and deciding where to go, how to go, and those stuff. So basically the attacker will focus on the sensors so that it will not provide the correct input to the system. If the input is not provided correctly,
Shankar.
yes ma'am.
Shivshankar,
Yes,
ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ sensors it will convert the real world into
basically
ಯಾಕೆ sensors use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Why can't we use cameras?
Even cameras is also there, ma'am. Let's say for in the sensors, let's say if the one second. Let's say you have the like engine or something in this in all the battery voltage. You can't use the for camera for taking the what is the battery left in your automated vehicle. We need a sensor
But
for that.
sensor it will not convert your environment into the electronic world ಅಲ್ವಾ? Just
Yes,
sense ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Convert ಮಾಡಿ
basically
digital
like it will be done by camera too. Ma'am.
Okay.
Like physical
Alva?
environment into it.
Yes.
Like
Okay,
let's say for
continue.
the wind speed we need a sensor like ma'am. Actually, like what I think is for that we need a sensor, but the camera can do the stuff. Let's say for the wind speed and temperature and other stuffs. Okay. The attacker will be yes, ma'am. The attacker will get the automated vehicle system by using like how the attacker will get into automated system AVs, like by using the input or output channels from the AVs. Let's say you have a keyless entry. When you're trying to unlock, you press the button. The attacker will be listening to that frequency. If the code has been like, it will going to capture the message. And let's say after sometimes you're going to use that code, the system will respond to that code basically. So these are the ways that you can be entering into this one automated vehicles for capturing the data. And cyber attacks on cameras. Basically, camera is an optical device that perceives the world as a digital video. Basically, ma'am, what I told now here. Basically, it captures the real world and make it for digital video signals. Most of the automated vehicles uses a camera for many applications, and they can be used to detect the traffic signals and track the object and to make the move in a lane or something like that, or to detection of the lane. How the attacker will get affect this system is the camera can be attacked in many ways. For example, hide or replace the image of traffic signs or add another extra lane to the road so that it confuses to detect which is the right lane to follow. Excuse me. Yeah. And the third attack is like the cyber attacks on light detection and ranging. Basically, this LiDAR involves in ranging and finding the speed. Basically, it is used for. It works by emitting the light pulse and measuring the time taken to reflect back from the object. By this, it's going to measure the distance between the object and the AVs, automated vehicle. It can be used for so that basically what does this man? The attacker will give a replay attack which aims a multiple or replay the original message sent from the target system, like target vehicle, and when it returning back, it giving the actual value. When the replay attack is like, it will give the false data. Let's say for me to the other guy, it one vehicle to the other vehicle is 500 meters. When the replay attack has been made on the automated vehicles, it may predict as like, or it may give a result like 100 meters is left, something like that. So when moving to the next slide, the cyber attacks on wireless communications. The attacks on like automated vehicle, the ratio, one second, yeah. The radio communication is possible by attacking the automated vehicle. By using the radio communication of the AVs, he can attack. So attacker can use decreasing to noise signal ratio. Basically, when he increase the high latency between the sender and the receiver, so that there will be packet loss, and this will occur like insufficient of data to the ECU or something like that. Like this way, the attacker can delay the communication between the sender and the receiver. Let's say for this example, we can give let's say to tell the actual position of the if we consider the GPS to the infrastructure where the vehicle is sending its actual position to the cloud or the infrastructure of its own. This attack will, what it is, it will let's say you are already somewhere in the road, it will giving actual correct position. After when the signal reaches to the infrastructure or like you'll be it will be very delay, so that the actual position will be missed or something like that. And I will be going through the advantage and disadvantage of the automated vehicle. Yeah, here's the advantages. The first one is reduced labor cost. Basically, reduced labor cost in a sense by using automated vehicles to transport the components from one unit, from the, let's say, give the industries, right, from one unit to the another unit, where let's say the labor need not be there, even though the production will increase, and the company will get one second, and the company we won't be rely on the workers, and it will be a single time investment here. And the second one is initial investment covers the like cost of that covers the highest one person as his health, payrolls, and taxes, salary increases, increments, and etc. Basically, hiring a one single person, you can give a single make a single investment, and you can take the automated vehicles for your industries. And increase safety. Basically, the manufacturing the AVs, they have programmed it for safety in mind first, the priority wise. So why it's fully equipped with cameras and sensors and a laser. So basically, it should not get crashed, or the safety of the passenger is most prior important in the automated vehicles. A human operator is always a potential to become distracted or tired when he was driving. So this could causes accident. So this is not respect to the automated vehicle. Let's say for you consider like a taxis, like if you for Ola or something like that, if the driver is continuously driving from morning to evening, he will get tired. Like at sometimes if he doesn't have minimum of rest, he's going to lose his mind, and it could may cause the accident. So if you use automated vehicle, it is running 24/7. So it's not an issue for automatic vehicle to run every time. This is what this slide address to. And increase accuracy and productivity. So basically, humans are make mistakes. By replacing human element with automated vehicles, we can remove some of the potential in inaccurate workflow. Basically, by integrating the automatic vehicles to warehouse or an inventory management system, the accuracy is increased. Let's say if the human, you first, let me give an example here. Let's say you're in industry, some of the products has been already finished and manufactured. You need to shipment your inventory or warehouse somewhere. You need to call a person, and he should come, and there is a time delay. Basically, if we consider here, and he will come, he will load it, and you're going to send him, and there he should like dump every component. He should get back. Like there is a time delay, and the productivity is less. Like the components from one inventory moved from other is delayed. So if you use the automated vehicle, it will be available here. You need not be wait for any person. So it will take it, and it will going to dump over there. It will get back. So by the next time, you can, by this, it can increase the productivity we can give. And I will give you the disadvantages of these automated vehicles. The main disadvantage of this automatic vehicle, the finally automated vehicles increase the bottom line for reducing the cost by increasing the productivity. Yes, I already addressed here. But the problem here is initial investment by cost of purchasing by the automatic vehicles, because the investment or the initial investment for the automated vehicle is very high, because nowadays none of like very rare, few companies like Audi or BMW, they are manufacturing or are trying to research or development on this automated vehicles, but none of them are doing so. It will be very costly to integrate it to a basically it takes almost rather than going for automated vehicles, you can hire a person, and you can like those costs will be maintained. For future accuracy and those stuff, automated vehicle is recommended, but current due to the current scenario we can't actually afford it. And another thing is the maintenance cost. For maintenance costs, AVs make most of the sense operation deal with the respective tasks, since what they are programmed to do. Let's say they are programmed only for to pick and drop a this one, or let's say for components, or let's say for a dropping, or a yeah, for components. But you can, when they program only to do the stuff, you can't do like let's say you need to pick and drop over there, or you want to do some other actions, you can't do over there. So this is the basically the maintenance, like you need to reprogram everything. And when compared to this one, you can hire a person and you can make him to do anything like with respect to the company what you want. So when come to the conclusion, basically this paper or this presentation I'm giving is use a overview of cyber security and automated vehicles. And this in the cyber security is like securing the data and communication between the automated vehicles, and the data can be a GPS or GPS data, or a sensor data, or any other main important stuff. For this we must use a authenticated method, basically like biometric, where the biometric can be a fingerprint, iris, or face detection, or something like that. For the future work, we can use like we can completely implement this high risk recognition system, so that it can be authenticated, where the system will extract the features like high risk features like high risk size, and iris and the pupil geometry of the hand, and so on. So, and we can encrypt the method to secure vehicle to vehicle. Basically two vehicles should be share same message, something like it should be very secure, and also capable of sharing the knowledge about the drivers, like such as whether he's too tired or a sleepiness or something like that, ma'am, while driving. Hello, any questions?
Yeah, Shiv Shankar,
Ma'am.
what was your problem statement? It was only about the cyber attacks on self-driving cars, or what is all about it?
Basically, is our cyber attacks on automated vehicle actually.
Automated vehicle.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's say for use case.
Say a vehicle is moving, and
Hmm,
at one point of time, if any obstacle comes, how will it
hmm.
detect?
Basically, here we have included the camera, and let me go to that slide. See, here we have installed a camera where LiDAR with light detection radar, and we have camera, so that it will basically it will going to capture that. Usually, it will be capturing the what the car like a real world sense. If the object is detection, it's going to be stopped actually.
Okay.
Basically, you're going to sense it, and if the like if there is something obstacle, you're going to stop actually. To be frank, yeah.
Can you tell me about the different cyber attacks?
Like replay attack is there, DDoS attack. Like yeah, like remember these two stuff actually. Replay
Yeah.
attack, DDoS attack.
Consider those two attacks, and can you
Okay.
explain me about that, like how the replay attack can occur in this scenario,
Okay, ma'am.
or the DDoS attack?
Okay, okay. Let's say for replay attack. Wait, I have here 1 second. Okay. Here keyless or ignition, like keyless entry is there, no, ma'am. basically what it does, like let me give a man in the middle attack, okay, or something like when you press the unlock key, there is some like messages or something like particular keyword that will be sent to your actual card itself. Like that keyword has been shared only between your card and the key, okay. The attacker will sit in the middle. Basically when you are sending, like press that button, it will send in some frequency. The attack will be listening to the particular frequency. Like he have something like there are other physical devices that can capture those type of signal frequencies. Actually it's like there, the attacker will be listening to that frequency and going to get the data, and it will be stored in itself. So you can make a duplicate key. When he call that or pass that message to the car, it will be unlocked by this car itself. And for the
Okay.
replay attack, let's say for example
Any other attacks, like other than these three common attacks, man in the middle, replay, and DDoS? Any other cyber attack?
currently I haven't go through my actually, like I don't remember right now.
It's there in your papers. Basically, you're talking about cyber attacks, right? Here.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Mm.
But I actually consider this as a current scenario, and I actually took those stuff for the PPT and stuff.
My question is,
Shivshan.
Yes ma'am.
yeah, Sindhu ma'am, proceed.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
Yeah, Shiv Shankar, basically, you're talking about the cyber attacks here, right?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. Basically
And
I'm
you're
giving like
not
overview of
focusing much on that.
basically I'm giving a overview like what the paper have selected. Like it's basically it's giving a possible cyber attacks and raise the awareness to the attack. Like I'm giving the overview of this attack now basically.
It will not be sufficient, right? For doing seminar, just giving an overview. You have to explain about the methodologies. Like if any algorithm is there, you have to explain about it. Since you're talking about the cyber attacks here, you would have taken some of the attacks like that can occur here in this particular scenario, and you would have done the comparisons of it. You would have done like that, right?
Yes ma'am, actually I read the paper, like basically on the paper I prepared this PPT. Like I need to deeply do on
And
like
what you
Google
did
it
in
and
the
make it.
survey paper,
Ma'am?
what you did in the survey paper, you did survey, right?
Yes ma'am. Basically I haven't completely go to the like there is something CV guard architecture. I need to be make on that, but still I haven't completely get those information from there.
You'd have done that. Okay, Sindhu ma'am, Keli.
ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಡೇಟಾ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನೀವು.
ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಸೈಬರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ನಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇನ್ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಲ್ಗೋರಿಥಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಸರಿ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್.
ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿಥಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ. ಇವಾಗ 4 ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, ಏನೇನ್ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ನೀವೀಗ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಐರಿಸ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ
ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇದು.
ಓಕೆ, ಹಂಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಸರ್ವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜೀಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಏನೋ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ನಿಮ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು.
ಲೈಕ್ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್
ಇದೆ.
ಸಾರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್,
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಈಗ ಸೈಬರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ.
Yes, ma'am.
signal to noise ratio calculate ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? How you will calculate signal to noise ratio?
Basically, signal to noise ratio is
ಹೇಗೆ
like
attackers ಅದನ್ನ decrease ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
ma'am, a signal to noise ratio na ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ma'am, so that there will be something the message get errors or something like invalid errors, invalid letters or something like that. Let's say like if you delay the message from transmitting from the sender to the ma'am. Hello.
ಈಗ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ?
Signal to noise ratio is nothing but the like.
Hello, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Yes ma'am. Signal to noise ratio is basically hello.
ಹೇಳಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Yeah, continue.
Yes ma'am. let's say message na send ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ like what's the noise ratio, like ಹೊರಗಡೆ disturbance ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, like maybe the physical like air or environment or other stuff, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ transmit ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ma'am ಅದು. I'm getting the particular word now. Hello.
Decreasing signal to noise ratio ಹಾಕಿದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Hello.
You are audible. You continue.
Ma'am ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ?
Exited and she joined again now.
Okay.
ಓಕೆ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಈಗ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನೇ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ವೈರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. Attacker uses a decreasing signal to noise or high latency between the sender and receiver to damage the packet.
High latency ಇದೆ, ಅದು increase ಆಗಬೇಕು.
Increase maybe noise ratio ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೈ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಹೈ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋ.
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈ ಲೇಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಬಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಓಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜೀಸ್ ಇನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ.
methodologies ಅಲ್ಲಿ okay.
Fine.
Yes,
no questions from my side and Sindhu ma'am's side now. If Victor sir is gonna ask, then we'll continue. Otherwise, who is next? Swati or Punarna? Okay. Victor sir is saying no questions.
Okay,
so
ma'am.
You stop and let other continue.
Sure ma'am. We'll be exiting here. You can join by the same link, ma'am.